In my hand, 2 federal indictments naming 80 people involved in an alleged racketeering conspiracy at Eastern Correctional Institution in Westover. Officials saying correctional officers worked with prisoners to bring in contraband and distribute it throughout the prison. Today in Baltimore, United States Attorney Rod Rosenstein calling this the biggest case that's set to come through the United States District Court for the District of Maryland. Arrests came Wednesday as federal indictments were handed down for those believed to have participated in bringing in heroin, Suboxone, synthetic marijuana, cell phones, and more to Eastern Correctional Institute in Westover. These documents explain how 18 correctional officers, dozens of inmates, and those on the outside helped facilitate what United States Attorney Rod Rosenstein called a massive smuggling, money laundering, and drug-selling operation. According to the indictment, the operation began in 2013 with a tip from a corrections officer. Investigators say the COs had been taking bribes in the form of money and sexual favors to smuggle contraband into the prison. Prisoners who had special work privileges, which allowed them to move about the prison, would take the contraband and distribute it. Smuggled in burner phones allegedly helped inmates organize these activities.
But it was the cell phones, the ability of the inmates to contact the facilitators outside, to stay in contact with correctional officers who were participating in the conspiracy. Those cell phones fueled the operations of this criminal enterprise.
The question, though, how did they manage to pull this off? Rosenstein says upper management at the prison did not participate in the operation. Instead, it was agreed that led these officers down the wrong path.
Causes it is the financial incentives that the correctional officers face by virtue of the large profits that can be earned through smuggling at these facilities.
Rosenstein using the example of Suboxone strips, a popular drug in the prison that could be purchased for $3 a strip outside the prison, but that went for up to $50 inside the walls, over a 1,000% profit. But how did this go unnoticed? Rosenstein says COs would alert prisoners of searches so they could hide contraband and even used violence as a means to make sure no one spoke out.
Perhaps the most shocking allegation in the indictment that a correctional officer arranged for an inmate to be attacked by other inmates because the inmate was feared to have cooperated. And the correctional officer arranged for another inmate to attack and stab that first inmate.
Ultimately, though, officials say it was an uninvolved correctional officer that brought this scandal to light, first alerting the warden, who in turn sent word up the chain. It's for that reason that Patrick Moran, president of the union that represents the correctional officers, says these actions are not indicative of the workforce as a whole.
The fact that an officer brought this to the fore and brought this to management's attention is, just a reflection of the fact that, the vast majority, 99.998% of the officers out there are doing the right thing.
So what is being done to ensure this won't happen again? Officials say that the prison task force has recommended using new technology, more drug screenings, and enhanced supervision of officers. Statewide, they have also already begun polygraph testing all CO applicants to ensure only the best get in. And as for anyone else who may be conducting similar operations, the state had this message.
Make no mistake about it. Anybody who is corrupt, we will fine you. And with our law enforcement partners, we will prosecute you and we will send you to prison.
Now I have word from state officials that the correctional officers indicted in this case will keep their jobs and are suspended without pay until their court cases are held. Reporting in Baltimore, Julian Sadur, 47 ABC.